Here it is, the thing you've all been asking for. The blueprint for a whole week's meals for a family of 4. I'm talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 21 meals in total. 84 servings. So the key here is one really big shop, a Sunday meal prep, a Wednesday mini meal prep, and making sure we use every single thing. I spent only $147.93. You guys have asked a lot for a blueprint for something like this. Here it is. Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. Welcome to Struggle Meals. There's a couple things that we have to do to make sure that this works across the whole week. The first is planning out in advance. This way we know we're gonna use all the groceries across multiple recipes. Then we've gotta prep our own ingredients. If someone else is cooking for you, you're losing money. And we've gotta make sure that we have no waste, so we can repurpose leftovers into completely reimagined dishes. You'll never get bored of it. Sunday, we meal prep to make things easier throughout the week. So we take some time right now. Part of the cost savings comes from doing the work yourself. First, I'm gonna braise a brisket for Sunday night dinner, and the leftovers are gonna stretch across 2 other meals. While that's in the oven, cook a pot of beans. Boil a dozen eggs and then immediately drop them into an ice bath. And let's also cook a pot of rice. It only takes a few minutes to get all this going, and you have a huge head start on the week. I tossed some potatoes and carrots in the brisket for the last hour of cooking, and now I've got a full meal for Sunday night dinner. So that's it, I've got dinner on the table for tonight. I've got meals prepped for the next few days. Let's work on some breakfasts. So we're gonna have overnight oats for breakfast, and this is a perfect opportunity to get the dry ingredients for multiple breakfasts ready now. So I've got 3 containers here, and I am making breakfast for 3 different days. 4 servings each. These are the rolled oats that I'm using here. I got these in the bulk section. They're totally plain. I'm flavoring them today with cinnamon and sugar. Brown sugar's got a little more depth than the ultra refined stuff. All right, here comes some cinnamon sugar. See what's going on here? Mix this around. The night before I want to eat these, that's when I'm gonna soak them. That's when they're gonna become the overnight oats. Right now, they're completely dormant. This is the one I'm gonna have tomorrow morning. So let's get some yogurt. And let's get some milk. Almond milk would work great, coconut milk, soy milk. So now, imagine if I had done that with the other ones, I'd have super soggy oats 3 days down the line when I have this for breakfast. Not yet oats. Okay, so these are gonna hang out in the fridge. The oats overnight are gonna absorb all that yogurt and milk. They're gonna become more plump, and then I'm just gonna add fresh fruit. That's it. It's a quick, easy, nutritious breakfast that I don't have to think too much about. The last part of the meal prep is that I made these peanut butter banana muffins, and they are gonna be our breakfast alternates between the overnight oats. So imagine, we got the rolled oats, muffins, oats, muffins, oats, muffins, French toast. These with a little bit of fruit in the morning, it's like perfect. Okay, so we've prepped our brisket, our eggs, our beans, our rice, and all of our breakfasts. Sunday meal prep is done. We're ready for the week. Use leftover brisket for sandwiches for lunch on Monday. And then you can make a slaw real quick. And if you make a double slaw, then we can use it in other dishes. Use some of the beans for a big batch chili for Monday night dinner. And then add in some of the rice and add in some of your leftover slaw. Dinner. For Tuesday lunch, we're having egg salad. Remember all those eggs we boiled on Sunday? Start using them. On Tuesday, we're gonna use up the rest of the brisket for a fajita dinner. And we'll use that leftover rice also. It's a perfect way to use it up with a different flavor profile. It's Wednesday, we're gonna make a veggie burger. We're gonna use our leftover chili here and the rest of our rice. And those are the 2 main ingredients for the perfect patty. So here is the rest of our chili. If it's looking like it's got a lot of moisture, you're gonna wanna drain that off as best you can. Moisture in a veggie burger is good up to a point, but you also want it to bind together. And that's why the leftover rice is really a perfect accompaniment, because it's like a natural little sponge. Let's get some breadcrumbs in here. This really binds the whole thing together. And an egg. And finally, some cheddar cheese. Here's a simple veggie burger blueprint if you want to make your own. You just need a bean, you need a grain, and you need a binder. Work it out. Okay, so we got our egg in here, and this is really gonna be the moment where we see if we need more dryness or more binder. I'm gonna put some more breadcrumbs. They're still pretty wet. Not only are veggie burgers delicious, but this is a really nice way to use some leftovers so that you don't feel bored with them, so they taste a little bit different. So keep in mind about what you're using. If your leftovers had a bunch of seasoning, mine did, I'm not gonna add any salt. But if you're just using like regular cooked plain beans, you're gonna wanna season. So these are formed. A quick little trip to the freezer is gonna help solidify them so that when I work them with a spatula, they stay as veggie burger patties. That is, after all, what we made. I'm hypnotized by this week's grocery bill. The freezer helps sort of make them a little more schlaggy, so they will stay together, but you still have to be delicate. Very nice. So we get the lettuce leaf on the bottom here, and this creates a little impermeable barrier so that our veggie burger, all the juices from it, don't get through to the bottom and make this bun soggy and inoperable. There's nothing I hate more than an inoperable hamburger bun. So because these are so delicate, really the key is to leave them alone. Put them on really gently, let them do their thing, take a peek, flip it over. Don't futz too much though. Gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. Not only is cheese a delicious dairy product that I love very, very much, but it's acting as a glue here. As it melts over top, it will keep it together. It's like lots of different binders working together. It's the breadcrumb, working with the egg, working with the cheese on the inside and the cheese on the top. Gotta love it. Let's get a gorgeous center cut piece of tomato. Beautiful. And this can sit right on top of the lettuce. Ah, who knew that a chili bean dinner could be turned into a delicious and nutritious veggie burger, which is looking pretty fantastic right now. Looking pretty good. There's just moisture dripping out the bottom. Absolutely delicious. We have a delicious veggie burger here that was crafted out of the transformation of leftovers. I'm talking about our chili, I'm talking about our rice. So much better in this new vehicle, don't you think? Let's see what other dishes we can transform our leftovers into.